Check 1 2, check 1 2. My hair won't stay behind my ears, guys. What's going on, everyone? Sledge215 here for some more stream tips. Today we're going to be going over the idea of full-time streaming / full-time content creation. As some of you guys know, but not everyone, I am a full-time streamer / content creator. It's tough to really pin it to strictly streaming because a lot of people are content creators across the board, whether it's on Twitch, Mixer, YouTube. And today I'm going to go over some of the things that I do and some of the strategies that I did in order to get to this full-time position. All right, guys, I want to jump into this really quick, but I want to give you a quick about me on this so you guys can understand my background before jumping into this. So, number one, I worked for about 6 years at the same place, full-time through college and afterwards. And I've been streaming on Twitch for about 2.5 years now. I just went full-time. Well, I say just went, but it's actually been about 9 months of full-time, and it's been going great, and it's continuing to grow. There's a lot of things I had to do to line everything up to become a full-time streamer / content creator that people don't know about in the back end that I want to share with you today before you jump the gun and then jump into full-time streaming unprepared. All right, guys, let's jump right into this because I know some of you guys are eager for this conversation. It's definitely a topic I think that's been moving into the new wave. A lot of people are trying to step away from their jobs and make this hobby their career. It's their dream, it's their passion, and I want to help you out in any way that I can. All right, guys, the first part of this is preparation and understanding. And what I would say is a good measurement for full-time streaming to say, hey, if I'm ready for this, it's a time. So basically gauging everything on a metric. So you're not just jumping into this saying, I think I can do this because I'll be able to put more hours into it now. What needs to happen is with the current hours that you're already putting into your stream, whether you're doing work on the side or doing college on the side, it's got to be successful to a caliber that it can support a full-time position without any other sources of income. That being said, it's kind of tough, in my opinion, to gauge this just looking at your view count or your sub counts. The best way to do it is to run through your analytics on your Twitch, on your dashboard, look at what you're making roughly per month for about 6 months. I would say this to be safe, and I know it's a long time. Most people that moved into full-time have been invested for a very long time, so I don't think this is a unfair thing to look into for a metric of 6 months. I was thinking 3 months, but I still think 3 months is a little too short to look at numbers and say, hey, these numbers all look good, it's been consistent, the income has been good, and this can support me full-time. I think 6 months, anything over that, it doesn't have to be 6 months on the money. If it's a little bit further than that, and you say, hey, I want to test a few extra months before I leave my job and move on to Twitch or Mixer, then definitely do that, you know, whenever you're comfortable for it. But you're going to want to make sure that with the current income, you can handle being full-time on your own. Now, of course, when you're going to be doing more of Twitch and less of your work, or you're going to completely walk away from your work, there's going to be more opportunity for you to make more money on the platform, which obviously is going to help out. But I think that it's smarter to have everything handled before you get into full-time streaming, and you can handle the expenses with the current situation that you're at, and then you're going to leave room for growth. Another thing in line with the 6-month period is also know your community. Know where you stand with your community. If they back you, this is going to make this transition very smooth, and they're going to understand maybe some of the rocky patches and stick through it with you throughout every step. I know my community has made it possible. I'm not kidding you, has made it possible for me to continue to be full-time for this 9-month period. They've not let me down, and I'm not going to let them down in return. When they hook me up with their sub and they're with me each month, day in, day out, I'm going to continue to provide great content and always be spending my time offline, making my content better for when I am live. So make sure that your community is established and that you got a really, really good group of people hanging out with you before you also jump into this. Sometimes looking at the dollar sign isn't enough. You're going to want people to back you and understand where you're coming from. I think it's extremely important to be transparent with your communities and be open and honest with them through the good and the bad. A lot of this video, guys, so you guys know, is going to be kind of a financial end and financial management, and it's something that you're going to want to wrap your head around and understand, you know, variable expenses and your fixed costs and things of that nature that come in each month, you know. So if you got your rent, you got your phone bill, you got your groceries, and there's things that kind of go up and down like your groceries, and then there's things that are more so fixed like your rent or your car insurance. You're gonna have to account for all of these things in order to handle being full-time. So when you're looking at your revenue, you know, based on your donations, your bits, your subs, etc., you're going to want to make sure that it exceeds, I would say, by double of what your bills are month to month. And now you're going to have to calculate everything. And a lot of people don't consider these factors, you know, but you're driving, you got gas, you're going to the doctors. There's things like that, you know, covering your own insurance. If you had benefits at your prior job, you have to understand you're letting all of that go if you do this full time. So a lot of people jump the gun because they simply say, hey, I have rent, I have a car, you know, that has insurance on it, and I've got a monthly bill on this vehicle. So it's more than that, and you've got to think of that. It has to be mixed into the equation. Otherwise, you're setting yourself up for failure right out the gate. Also, before you pull the trigger on full time, think about the money and where it's at. I know with myself, I make things happen regardless of the situation. So if it's not where it needs to be, you have to figure out ways to get to where you want to be. So I wanted to move into full time, but there was things that I had to do before I left my job and have them lined up in order to keep doing full-time streaming and start full-time streaming. One of which was getting rid of my car and selling it, and then using that money as a backup funding, and then to clear my car loan so I didn't have to deal with that on a month-to-month basis. I had a nice car, and I basically sold that off, and I got a really simple, cheap Mazda for like 3,000 bucks. It was like dirt cheap. I found this thing. It was kind of like finding gold in the mine. I'm not kidding you. It was pretty crazy where I found this from, and I mean, it's worked out so far. It's a used vehicle. And it's awesome. It's super reliable and it gets the job done. And now that I'm working at home, I don't really drive that often. So, I mean, having a nice car is great and all, but it doesn't matter if you're only go grocery shopping once a week. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm not actually like a shut-in. I do have a social life. People do come here a lot. So, like, this is the party place. I'm a cool guy. Along with the expenses and handling that and consolidating and lowering your overall monthly expense, there's other things that need to happen that you don't really think about, and they become habitual. So, like, people buy, you know, everyone's got, like, their vice, I guess you could say, of what they, like to buy. So, a lot of people like clothes. I think that's probably a big number one. A lot of people like to look good, and that's fair. But, like, my weakness is coffee. Like, I want to get Dunkin' Donuts coffee, and I've cut back on that like crazy. And it sounds like Sledge is kind of stupid because it's Dunkin' Donuts. Like, it's not that big of a deal. It's $5 here, $5 there. But, like, I one time went through my bank statement to see how much I went to Dunkin' Donuts, and the numbers were crazy. I was spending close to 50, 60 bucks a month on coffee, maybe more, going to Dunkin' Donuts, plus you're spending the gas and the time. So what I did in regards to that to fix that is I've only picked up like 1 or 2 coffees a month. So you're like maybe, I don't know, $6, $6 to $10 depending on what you're getting a month, rather than the 50 to 60. And then I bought a big container that I make at home here. And granted, it's not Dunkin' Donuts coffee, but it gets the job done. $10 for this massive one. So I mean, I'm cutting my expense by $40 every month, and that stuff adds up over a year. So you got to start thinking proactively like that if you are on a tight budget. If you're not on a tight budget, you're making enough on your full-time streaming, then just rock it. You're fine. Enjoy yourself 100%. But there are going to be people that need to understand there is going to be a change in the circumstance and what you do in order to make this happen early stage. Another huge thing before you jump into this is have a savings account, guys. And when I mean savings account, we all have them, but I mean, like, seriously put aside a bunch of money. So let's say you need 2,000 bucks a month in order to do this full-time streaming, okay? You're going to want to do that and have it allow you to be sustained for like 6 to 8 months. Like, let's pretend that no one subs to you. Hopefully that's not the case. And nobody's, you know, donating or giving you bits. Can you survive for 6 to 8 months on just a savings account? That'll give you guys a lot more time to focus on building and growing your channel, and then getting it to the point where it needs to be, where it can be self-sustaining. I think that's hugely important. I think it's something that people jump into and they're not prepared to do, is have that savings account, and then they jump the gun and then they're back getting a job, which is totally fine. And we're going into the next topic. Actually, what I was going to mention is don't be afraid to go get part-time work or go back to a full-time job if this doesn't work. If you're working that, you know, you're working full-time streaming for 6 to 8 months, let's say, and it's not working out, you can't seem to make the ends meet, and you're getting really, really tight on that savings account, then it might be the time for you to realize this isn't the time for it. It doesn't say that you can't do it in the future, but for that time being, maybe you should go get a part-time job just to, you know, kind of handle the funds, taper back your hours on stream a bit, and get yourself in a better financial situation. I just like tripped over my words like really hard right there, so sorry in advance. Situation, that's the word I was trying to get out of my mouth, my bad. One thing that I do every month so my community knows where I stand is I actually have a donation bar, and I don't have it on my overlay right now, of course, because it's a YouTube video, but I have a full-time bar right now. It's set for $600 in donations a month, and as a group they donate, and this is only for cash. This does not count my subs, this does not count my bits, because that's a separate bit. No pun intended, I guess, but basically they fill that up every month. They've not let me down except for maybe 1 month, and it wasn't even a letdown. They were really, really close. We just didn't get it, you know, and I was a little tight that month, but we still made do because of the savings. But we have those goals, they help fulfill it, and they understand, like, hey, if we want him on this consistent schedule, then we got to, you know, throw some money at the channel and keep it alive. And it's the same thing with subs, you know what I mean? Only difference is with a sub, you get the emails, you get the benefits of non-ads. So donations are coming from the kindness of their heart, and do not take that stuff for granted. I know I do not. I really do appreciate all the support that we've had so far. And in regards to upgrading, guys, if you're thinking, okay, well, this sounds kind of stagnant, you know, you have the donation bar fill up, and then what afterwards? You just get rid of it. If you're looking to upgrade your stuff, do not spread yourself thin until after. No, don't spread yourself thin at all. Sorry, I said that bad. So when you get that full-time bar filled, for example, right, if you decide to go this route, afterwards, let's say you want, you know, new RAM because you want to run games better and have more windows open. you know, and it's $200. Then after your full-time's done for the month, let's say you have like a week left, put it up there. And then anytime you make money on that, even if the bar doesn't get filled at the end of the month, and you have to start your next full-time month, you know, for December or whatever for this example, then that's fine. But you have, let's say, $50 donated to your 200. Take the $50 and then put it away somewhere, and then you'll work on it the next time the full-time bar is filled, and then you can slowly but surely upgrade your stream. So what this is going to do for your community is they're going to basically see that you are using your money to the best of your ability and you're not wasting it. And I mean, look, they're not gonna, I don't think, be like, yo, this guy's living like right now. He went on, like, you know, he went to TwitchCon with our money, or hey, like, he bought some coffees. Like, I think that that's fair. You know, you can do those things. Like, don't feel like you're in prison because you're trying to, like, make this work and this is now becoming a job for you. Like, at the end of the day, you need to be having fun with this, right? The money's so secondary. It's just to enjoy your community. And I think that people get their heads wrapped around the money too much. But in this regard, it's nice. They're gonna see, like, hey, he's financially stable. He can pay for his food. He can pay for his groceries. You know, if he's got a dog, Kuma in the back, sleeping on the couch right now, he's fed, you know? And then after that, they can say, hey, now he's using the money to upgrade stream, and he's making the experience better for everyone, including himself and our community. And I think that's awesome. And hopefully your community can see that, and they're going to want to participate and help you out. You know, if they've been with you for a very long time, then typically you will see a lot of that support come through. In any case, that's what's happened with me, and I'm super grateful for it. It's been an awesome opportunity so far. Can't wait to see where we go. Honestly, I can't wait to be Tim the Tatman or Ninja, you know. Okay, guys, and also in regards to this, I'm not just like a full-time streamer. Like we were saying, like full-time content creation. And what I'm actually trying to do is like spread myself into different baskets essentially. And with what I do graphic design as well. And like, I don't really plug it here because people find out about it through my streams when we have conversations, and then they see me online, they see me post work. But basically, I do commission work too. I make logos, and it's a really, really good opportunity for you to hone in on another skill, or maybe you already have one that you can potentially monetize, and you know, you can work for, and that's going to become another job for you. So I jumped into that. A lot of people are like, you know, in the gaming industry, they're good with videography, editing, stuff like that, and maybe jump on that. You know, you get a job or two a month of guaranteed money, and then you don't have to worry and put so much pressure on your channel and make yourself kind of feel like you're a charity. Because that is, you know, at the end of the day, like, you don't want to be like, oh, I'm streaming and I hope I get donations today. Like, you want to focus on your community, you want to focus on having fun. So if you have another skill set, take advantage of it, you know, market yourself in that regard too. And I mean, you got the exposure now, you know, you're building these communities, and now they know you do that. They're going to reach out to you. My community reaches out to me all the time, and I'm super grateful for that too, that they come to me for logo work. Also, other things that you guys can do, and this is stuff I feel like I've been hearing a lot more of, especially on YouTube, is like how to make money with guarantees elsewhere. And like, there's ways that you can make money off of Twitch, but like linked through your Twitch and funneled. So like, one thing that I do is Amazon Blacksmith. It's super simple. I believe you make like a 5% commission, or maybe it's more than that. I don't know. I'll have to look into it, and I'll drop your information in wow, I always want to say panels, the description. I'm so used to Twitch, guys. I'm so sorry. But yeah, so basically, anytime someone makes a purchase through your links, like if they click on, you know, he's got a GOALLLSSS, I want to buy that. You put your items from your stream on this, they click it, and then basically, whenever they make a purchase on Amazon with the, you know, connected route of, you know, your link, you make a commission on it. And you can kind of like not push this on your community like mad, but like leave it down there. If they say, hey, what's in your set, I'd be like, hey, it's down there. And like, if you do want to pick up the mic that I'm using, feel free to do it here, and then I make commission. And like, Amazon's gonna make less money, and you're gonna help out a content creator as well as get your mic. So like, there's a lot of benefits for people doing it in that regard. Another thing that I'm doing right now is YouTube, and we're not monetized at this level right now, but I understand that like in the future, this is something, a long-term game that can bring is monetization on YouTube. And it might not be as much as Twitch brings me or Amazon Blacksmith or anything like that, but it's something, it's a little bit extra. And then let's just say Twitch falls apart and I need to move strictly to YouTube. Like, there's opportunity now here too. So don't set your eggs all in one basket, as they say. You've heard the term before. I'm saying it right now, and we're doing some real life application for you. So welcome to Streaming Class 101. Give me your tuition. All right, guys, and the last but not least part of that is creator codes. So creator codes, I think I've heard someone like reach out to me and say, I want to make it big and I want to get a creator code, and then after that, like, I'll have made it. And I'm like, yo, you gotta understand, like, creator codes with Epic Games, they're great, but I will be completely honest, you need to make $100 before you get a payout, and the payouts take forever to get to. And obviously, if you're a big name, it's gonna happen like mad. But when you're like my size or a little smaller, and there's a lot of channels that are smaller than me that have creator codes, your payouts don't happen for a very long time. So I would not really consider that one to be like a big income source, but it is something as well. So apply for a creator code if you can. I'm not even sure what the information is that you need for that. It's something like 1,000 followers on Twitch and like I think Instagram or Twitter or something like that. But the only reason I actually signed up for it was some guy was like, you should just do that so we can put your code in. I'm like, I didn't even know. So like, I applied and I got it. So yeah, and there's cool opportunity with that. And it's not just in regards to Fortnite. Like, you can do any game that Epic Games sells. If you drop the creator code in there, I believe that you make commission. So there's opportunity, but you kind of have to like preach it like crazy. And you don't want to be like feeling like a sellout to people, because I don't know, like that's just like deemed bad, you know, like, hey, I'm running a business here. But, and oh, also guys, to top on it, like, streaming is a business, and I don't know like why people think it's like taboo to say that. I think it's getting better now, but like, if you're a full-time streamer, guys, like if you're a full-time freelance graphic designer, like anything like that, like you just say it, you know what I mean? Like, this is my business. But then for some reason with streaming, people are like, whoa, like, well, are you trying to make money? It's like, no, I'm not trying to like necessarily make money. I'm just trying to survive off of this. So I would basically, you know, preach it here and there for, you know, creator code and Amazon Blacksmith, but don't go overboard with it. You know what I mean? Like, if you get a sale here and there, awesome, it's gonna help you out. But the main focus that you're gonna need to do is you need to hone in on the big ones. I would say YouTube and Twitch are your main two. All right, guys, and I think that this wraps us up for all the tips that I can give you for entering into full-time and maintaining your full-time situation. And I wish you guys the best of luck if you're at this level. This is definitely not really a discussion for the beginner level streamers, but it is something that you can refer back to, or you can plan and set goals for in the future. And I really do hope it helps. Like I said, I've been doing this for 9 months. Hopefully we do it for many, many years to come. But we'll see. I'll kind of keep you guys in the loop on it, and we might do some more on this. Guys, in the comments below, if you want to leave anything information-wise, questions, anything in regards to this, please feel free to. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Hit the bell, ding, ding. And then you guys can know every single time that I post a new video. We do them Wednesdays and Sundays. They're different topics, so check them out if you get an opportunity. I would really appreciate it. And last but not least, guys, if you guys don't want to wait for me to comment on the things here in the YouTube video, then go to my Twitch. I stream Tuesday through Friday, 1 to 6 p.m. Eastern, every week. I won't let you down. I promise, even though some of my peeps might joke and say that I'm not on time, but like I'm really on time. I like kill that part. So yeah, guys, I would love to see you in there. I appreciate you guys if you watched the whole entire video. Seriously hope it was helpful, because for me, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I jumped right into it, and I think it's best that I share my experiences, because I'm honestly not seeing a lot of videos on YouTube for this information. So guys, again, appreciate it. You guys have a good one, and happy gaming. We'll see you guys next time. I suck at these closings. What do I do? What do I come up with that's creative? I have some AirPods. You're a full-time streamer now, yo. That's right. Let's get it. Yeah.